In this episode, I'll give you some tourist spots including its feature and cultural history. You ready? And let's go!
Here I am, it's the Anping Old Street, and I heard people say that here has a lot of fun stuff. And oh, look at this hat. This one looks like nice. How do I look?
Anping Old Street is east of Anping Port. It is also known as Taiwan Street and Slate Street. It's an important tourist attraction in Tainan. In the surrounding area, many Tainan attractions and local foods gather together.
虾饼啊？
对，这是原味的，它还蛮香的，又新鲜，当天制作的呢。
Could you hear that sound? It's so crunchy and crispy. Wow, that's good. 谢谢哦。
谢谢哦。
It's called Pongbing in Chinese, and it has a really special English name called hollow cake. You know why is that? Because it's hollow inside. Can you see that? There's sugar inside, so it tastes really sweet. I love it. Oh, 谢谢. Wow, look at this. So fabulous. Looks so nice. Can't wait to try it. Let's dig in. Oh, it's hot. It's probably so good. You know, it's crispy outside and the chopped shrimp inside is so juicy.
There are a lot of interesting trinkets and local cuisine on Anping Old Street. When you come here, be sure to look for delicious and fun things. View the old street culture and architecture that is unique to Taiwan. Enjoy the leisure pace.
Hi there, it's Katie here. Today I'm in Tai & Co Merchandise House, which is one of the most famous places in Anping, Tainan. And today, let's welcome the manager of this place. He has been working here for almost 30 years, so let's welcome him. 大哥你好。
你好。
你好，我叫 Katie。那今天可以麻烦你带我们参观一下这个地方吗？
没问题。
Tai & Co Merchant House is one of the trading companies established in the 19th century when Great Britain and China started trading. In the early days, when the nearby local port was still operating, Tai & Co Merchant House mainly exported sugar, camphor, and tea. Having over 100 years of history, it is a designated historic site.
Tai & Co Merchant House is a Tainan City designated historic site. In 1974, Thai Marketing and Contribution Company Limited became a contributor of Nestle. It marked the beginning of Tai & Co importing consumer products to keep out sunlight and rainwater.
Cloister was built on the three sides of Tai & Co Merchant House.
The cloisters around the building became a distinguishing feature. There is a stone seal in a garden in front of the house. The seal records the history of Tai & Co Merchant House
and the details of Tainan City government repairing Tai & Co Merchant House in 1996. When the Dutch came to Anping, it was the first time Taiwan was connected to the world. The second time was in the 19th century. After the Second Opium War, China and Great Britain signed the Treaty of Tencent after ports were opened. Many foreigners came to do business and mission work, etc. Anping became a different world.
This place is really beautiful, and you can see that they do a lot of efforts on it. They write on the history in details on the board, and it also can show you how this place connects into the world.
In 2015, the Merchant House began showcasing Connecting to the World, opened a time capsule of Anping. it shows Dutch artifacts from the age of discovery in the 17th century. The exhibition has recreated Anping's trading history, and it displays the history and development of Tai & Co Merchant House. It also showcases the early history of Taiwan. Tai & Co Merchant House and Julius Manick Merchant House are the only two of the trading companies that have remaining buildings. They witnessed Taiwan's trading history at the end of Qing Dynasty rule.
大哥，我想问一下，为什么这边叫做安平树屋啊？
对，这是一个非常奥妙的。一般我们称树屋，都以为是大榕树上的小木屋，但是这边不是，这边是树中有屋，屋中有树。哦，因为在安平，所以就称为安平树屋。
Wow, sounds so cool! I'm so excited about this. So let's go in and check it out, right?
走。
Anping Tree House was a warehouse of Tai & Co Merchant House. After World War II, it became a warehouse of Tainan Salt Factory. As the salt industry in Tainan dwindled, the warehouse was abandoned for banyan trees to take over. After half a century, the warehouse walls were covered with banyan tree roots. The dense and towering canopy became a new roof for the warehouse. It forms an extraordinary tree and house coexistence. It resembles the tree tangles tapped from temples of Angkor Wat.
The bricks that formed the walls of Anping Tree House were taken from Anping Fort. Judging from the building material, the warehouses were built at the end of the 19th century and the beginning of Japanese colonial rule. According to the descriptions left from the staff, bags of salt from ancient salt fields were stored here. The warehouse is occupied by banyan tree roots. It's clear the tree is near 100 years old.
Anping Tree House has several unique features. First, the old building was given a new life. Second, unused space was reused. Finally, junk was turned into treasure.
Surprise! I just went through the black hole, come to Japan. I'm just kidding. But look at this place, it's so beautiful.
In recent years, Tainan city government restored the Tainan Salt Japanese-style dormitory according to its original appearance. The original beams, pillars, doors, and window frames made from fir trees were replaced with Taiwan cypress. The roof tiles are now Japanese style. The garden maintained the existing banyan trees and coral stone walls. Japanese-style trees and walkways were added to the garden to recreate the original landscape of the dormitory. These additions filled this place with Japanese features.
其实这栋建筑物是1923年的时候建造的，整栋都是用块木下去做的。你有没有闻到块木香？
哎，有哎。
所以这个地方啊，闻到块木香就有芬多精，所以这是一个非常令人放松啊，还有一个非常安静、很适合休息的地方。所以来喝个茶吧。
好哦。
I heard they have a special salt coffee here. Let's go check it out.
Well, you know what? This is not just any coffee. This is salt coffee. It's a little bit salty, but not that salt, and the coffee flavor is very rich. That's good. When people come here to Anping, the first thing come up into their mind is to go for an oyster omelette. But did you think about where does the shell go? Let's go check it out. In early days, the oyster shell that you ate left come to here, this kiln. And this kiln made all the shells into ash. But why people doing that? Follow me and let me show you how.
Anping oyster shell cement kiln culture chamber was an important building material manufacturing location. It is also the sole existing oyster shell cement kiln in Taiwan. Walk into the culture chamber and you will see the red brick wall covered in jellyfish plants. Inside is a large kiln.
The oyster ashes produced in that kiln will be spring into different sizes of the particles. And in early days, people will use that and made it into different products.
In the 17th century, oyster shell cement was a shipbuilding material that people of Anping, who relied on the sea to survive, could not do without.
As I mentioned, the shell ashes can be spring into different sizes of particles. The smallest one can mix with food like tofu or tofu pudding, and the larger one can be used to fertilize soil or make it into cement.
The culture chamber explains the growing process and ecology of oysters, as well as the production process and applications of cement. This allows us to fully understand this ancient craft. Syrup and soup made from glutinous rice were added later to make mortar for construction. Today, these old construction materials are obsolete, but the historic kiln where oyster shells were made into oyster shell cement in Anping remains.
Here is not a very big place, but it's well preserved all the history about oyster. So for me, it's kind of a secret spot in this crowded Anping. So I really hope you can come here and check it out yourself. Well, here I am right now is the Yuguang Island, and you can see that this is a very beautiful place. You see that sea over there, shining, shimmery under the sun, and you can see people surfing. That's beautiful. Oh, and you can also see the tower behind me. That is really famous, which the rumor says that it made by a British artist who married to Taiwan, and he took 3 years to accomplish this tower. Fabulous.
Yuguang Island is southwest of Anping and is connected to Anping by Yuguang Bridge. The map of Taiwan during the Qing Dynasty shows 7 protruding sand hills on the outskirts of Taijiang Inner Sea. When viewed from apart, the sand hills look like 7 whale backs. Therefore, each sand hill was given a number in its name.
Yiquanshan is the current Anping Fort area. Erquanshan is the current Eternal Golden Castle. And Sanquanshan is Yuguang Island.
Anping has so many famous places that you can visit for. And this place, I recommend that you can put it on the list on your journey, because you can come to here and see the sunset to make your beautiful day.